Hello dear friends, how are you? We were discussing one of the important topics of the biological sciences, and that is tissues. And last time we have studied that how the multicellular organism consisting of group of cells that are meant to perform some special functions, and they are called tissues. Let us we talk about the tissues. As I told you that all living organisms are made up of cells. When it is a matter of unicellular organism, a single cell perform all the functions. But when it is a matter of a multicellular organism like a plant or like animal, the different types of functions are assigned to different types of organs. For example, the movement in animal is apparent and it is being performed by a very special type of tissue that we call muscular tissue. And therefore, the muscular tissue has to be very special in its structure, as it should have an elasticity, right? While in case of plant, some cells are modified in such a manner that they can conduct water and mineral and food material, so there is a conduction. And therefore, the cells, when they undergo division, they produce new cells, but these new cells undergo a process of differentiation. As a result, they form a very special group of cells that have a specific structure and they perform a specific function. They are called as tissue. Okay, so if you see that in multicellular organism there is a division of labor. Okay, the work is divided to various organs and organ systems, and therefore they need the special type of tissues. Try to understand, blood is a tissue, phloem is a tissue, muscles in animal is a tissue, our heart is also made up of very special type of tissue. So that's why all these are the different tissues that what we have to study about. So a group of cells which are usually structurally similar because they have to perform some special function. Okay, it's called as tissue. So it is the definition I have given you. A group of cells that are similar in structure and perform a particular function. It is called as tissue. In most evolved and complex organisms like higher plants and higher animal, there are of course numerous kinds of tissue present. And these tissues form the organs and organ form the organ system. For example, our circulatory system is made up of blood, blood vessels and heart. So heart is made up of cardiac tissue, while blood is made up of connective tissue. While the blood vessels and their wall, they are made up of epithelial tissue. So different types of tissues form the different types of organs, and these all organs together, they constitute the organ, the body of organism. These tissues are developed by the process called differentiation. That's a very important part. When the cells are forming, the process of cell division is going on. As a result, new cells are being formed. But these new cells, when undergo the process we call, that's what we have to understand, is a differentiation. Okay, what is it called? Differentiation. Then the tissues are formed. Okay, so cell form new cell by the cell division, and the new cell undergo the process of differentiation. As a result, it develops a special kind of tissues. Okay. Now here I have shown you the diagram of a plant, and you can see that there are various types of tissues present. Of course, if we talk about the living organism, the microorganisms are unicellular, so there is no matter of tissue in them. But the two types of organism like plants and animals, as they are different in their organization, we say that usually the mainly in living systems two types of tissues are present: plant tissues and animal tissue. And of course the plant tissues are further classified and animal tissues are further classified into various groups that we will discuss it later. Now let me see what are plant tissues. Basically we have to understand that plants are non-mobile, they are sedentary, they are present at one place only, they don't move because they perform photosynthesis, they are autotrophic. And due to this habit of the plant, if you talk about the type of tissue that they have, most of the tissues in plant, they are supportive. What does it mean? Okay, they support the plant, they keep the plant erect. Okay, that give the structural strength, like sclerenchyma, like xylem. These are the kind of bark you can see, and therefore to give the support to the plant so that it could remain erect, As you know that the plants do not have their skeleton, like we have the skeleton made up of bone system. So plant remain erect due to supportive type of tissues, and that tissues are dead, and most of the tissues therefore they are dead. These dead tissues provide mechanical strength to plant. Okay, earlier they are living, but later on they becomes dead. And therefore, as the number of dead cells are more in plants, the plant need less maintenance. Okay, the growth in the plant is also limited at certain region, and therefore the tissues, active tissues are present at the tip of the stem and tip of root. As the plant need less amount of energy, the tissues are less number of tissues are living in plants, and most of the tissues are dead in plants, and accordingly the plants have living tissue and dead tissues, but particularly the amount of dead tissues in higher plant is more. That's what we have to understand. Now if we talk about animal, as in this diagram you can see here, your chicks are made up of various types of squamous epithelium, while as you can see your hand, and this is a bicep and tricep, you can see that they are made up of muscles, muscular cells. Then the skin is under the skin there is adipose tissue. So this diagram is showing that simply if you consider a human being, it is made up of various types of tissues. Okay, here you can see there is a cartilage present on your trachea, while here it is a bone, and bone is made up of these types of tissues. So this is a wonderful diagram explaining various types of tissues. And what the characteristic feature of tissue? Animal tissue. Animal on the other hand move around in the search of food, their mate and their shelter, and therefore they consume more amount of energy as compared to plants, and therefore most of the tissues in plants are living. In plant cell growth, in animal cell growth is more uniform, diffuse. It is not restricted to the certain part like in case of plant. So there is no such I'm sorry, I'll go a little back. And therefore there is such no demarcation between the dividing and non-dividing region in animal. In animal the growth is uniform, it is taking place in diffuse manner, and it is a definite. Then here this is the chart where you can see the types of plant tissues. The plant tissues are mainly classified as meristematic and permanent. The meristematic tissues are divided into, actually there are three kinds: apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. One column is lost over here, but we have to understand here it is a intercalary meristem. Okay, I'll take the different color. It's intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem. So there are three types of meristem. We are going to discuss it in much more detail. Don't worry. Intercalary meristem. Okay. Then the permanent tissues are of two types: simple and complex. What simple means, what complex means, we will discuss it later. The simple tissues are further classified as parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, while complex tissues are of xylem and phloem. So we are going to learn what meristematic tissue means, what are apical, intercalary and lateral meristem, what is parenchyma and its type, what is collenchyma, what is sclerenchyma and its function, their structure. Similarly, what are the complex tissue, what is xylem, what is made up of, what is the function, what is phloem, what is made of. And therefore, dear friends, we have to understand this particular chart very properly. So plant tissues are mainly of two types: meristematic and permanent. Now let I explain you first meristematic. The term meristematic indicates that these are the tissues which have ability to divide and redivide continuously throughout the life of the plant. These meristematic tissues are present since the birth of the plant. In fact, it is present in the embryo. It is present in the dicot and monocot embryo at the tip. Therefore, this meristematic tissue, they constantly divide and form new cells, and newly formed cell undergoes differentiation. As a result, they form the permanent tissue. So actually permanent tissues are produced after the cell growth, division and differentiation of meristematic tissue. This is very important. So permanent tissues are the product of meristematic tissue. Okay. Now on the basis of their position, where the meristematic tissue is present in the plant, they are further classified as apical meristem, intercalary and lateral meristem. Okay. Then what are permanent tissue? The permanent tissues are classified differently. The tissues which lack ability of division, Now they cannot divide once they form. That's why they called permanent. Permanent माने एक बार बन गया कि बन गया, अब वो नहीं बनेंगे. They usually do not divide later because they are differentiated cell. From the meristematic cell, they have undergone some process of differentiation. As a result, they have acquired some specific structural peculiarities. They become very structurally special, and therefore they are now performing a special function. And therefore, meristematic tissue do not divide. These tissues are then further divided into simple meristematic and complex meristematic. Simple permanent and complex permanent. Now, how they are called simple? When the permanent tissue consisting only one kind of cells, जब उस टिश्यू में सारे सेल एक जैसे होंगे, एक सरीके होंगे, that we call one kind of cell. इसलिए उस टिश्यू को कहते हैं homogeneous tissue. और complex tissue को किसको कहते हैं? The tissue, the permanent tissue where the tissue consisting more types of elements or more types of cell within that tissue. तो xylem 4 तरह के टिश्यू से बना होता है, trachea, vessel, parenchyma एंड xylem, parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. उसी तरह से phloem भी 4 तरह के सेल से टिश्यू से बना होता है, सेल से बना होता है, एलिमेंट से बना होता है. That's what we have to understand, that the different types of tissues are there. We have to understand. सिंपल टिश्यू में फिर हम पैरेनकाइमा की बात करेंगे, उसके कैरेक्टर की बात करेंगे, कोलेनकाइमा क्या है, स्क्लेरेनकाइमा क्या है, और हम पैरेनकाइमा के जो सारे टाइप्स है उसके बारे में हम इस चर्चा में बात करेंगे. चलो चलते हैं उसको आगे लेकर. Now let me talk about the meristematic tissue first. What is meristematic tissue? The tissue which have an ability to divide continuously throughout the life of plant, it is called meristematic tissue. This is the diagram of the tip of the stem where all these meristematic tissues are seems to be present. Exactly. Actually, it is seen under microscope. I have shown you. What are the characteristic feature of this meristematic tissue? The undifferentiated cell, माने नए cell, new cell, they are undergoing the active growth. They are constantly increasing in their size and they are undergoing the process of mitosis that we call cell division. As a result, constantly they are growing and dividing. As a result, they are forming new cells, adding the new cell. Now, all these cells, they are very compactly arranged. Okay, that's what you have to understand. And therefore, there is no intercellular space present. Usually in parenchyma or other tissue, there is a space present between the cells. They are not so compact. Okay. But here, the meristematic cells are very compactly arranged and no intercellular spaces are found to be present in them. If you see them under microscope, you can see their nucleus is very bold, conspicuous, clearly seen, distinctly seen because it is so enlarged that it is constantly dividing, and it is also consisting its dense cytoplasm. Usually plant cell is characterized by central big vacuole. We have studied in the last chapter. But here the meristematic cells usually lack central vacuole. Okay, very rarely it is present, mostly it is absent, and reserve food material is also not too much present in the meristematic cells. The cell wall of this meristematic cell is made up of only cellulose. There is no lignification, no thickening, and therefore it is very elastic and therefore constantly increasing in size and dividing. Increasing in size and dividing is possible. It's a parent tissue, and all the different types of tissues in the plant, they are developed and differentiated from the meristematic tissue. Here one of the diagram I have tried to show, you can see that all the cells are very compactly arranged, having no intercellular spaces. You can see there is much more big nucleus and a dense cytoplasm. Okay, so these all are the characteristic feature of meristematic tissue. Okay, so meristematic tissues are usually present at the tip of the growing plants or growing regions. They are compactly arranged, having no intercellular spaces, with a conspicuous nucleus, dense cytoplasm, no vacuole and no reserve food material. Cell wall is very thin and made up of cellulose, and therefore they are constantly dividing and differentiating into new tissues, new cells, and therefore they are responsible for growth of the plant. Now we are talking about the types of these types of tissues. The meristematic tissues are broadly classified into 3 major categories, as you can see in this particular diagram. Okay, depending on the position, as I told you, that this meristematic tissue is there further classified into three types: apical meristem, the meristem that is present at the tip of the stem. Here one diagram I have shown you, where you can see this is a tip of stem and it is a tip of root here. So this is the meristem that is present at the tip of the root, and this is the meristem present at the tip of the stem. The meristem present at the tip of the root and stem, it is called as apical meristem, and the cell of meristem, apical meristem, they divide only in one plane. कौन से plane से divide होते हैं वो? Only one plane. For example, here these are the cell. They divide only in horizontal plane like this, and therefore the growth takes place in vertical way. The activity of apical meristem is constant, particularly in perennial plant which grow for more than 2 years. They are present at the tip, and therefore constantly they are forming new cells and tissues, and therefore the apical growth of the plant, primary growth of the plant is possible because of this apical meristem. This meristem is present at the tip of the stem as well as on the root. Then comes the second, that we call intercalary meristem. You can see here it is the part we call node. This particular part of the stem is called node. This particular part is called node. And the part between the two nodes is called as internode. Okay, internode. See, you can see this is intercalary meristem present at the base of the node. Intercalary meristem. Intercalary माने बीच में, calorie के बीच में, मतलब internode के बीच में. This intercalary meristem also divide only in one plane and form new tissues in upward direction, and therefore the length of this internode increases. Okay, so activity of intercalary meristem increases the length of the internode and thereby the length of the plant. ऐसा बोलेंगे कि पूरा का पूरा plant ही उसी वजह से grow होता. पर the activity of this intercalary meristem is not long, and therefore it is a temporary activity. It could stop when the length of the internode is completed. Then the third type of meristem is called as lateral meristem, or it is called as cambium. As you can see here, it is present on the lateral part of the plant. Okay, I'll take the different color here. It is present on the lateral part of the plant. Yes, you can see here. This is lateral part. Here, this is the diagram which is shown by taking the transverse section of this stem, and you can see here it is a lateral meristem. Now this lateral meristem is present in the middle core as well as in the outer core or below epidermis. यहाँ पर भी है और बाहर के बाजू में. And this cambium or lateral meristem, it produce tissue inside that we call xylem, or tissue outside that we call phloem. तो ये जो कैम्बियल रिंग है या रिंग ऑफ लैटरल मेरिस्टेम है, ये अंदर और बाहर के बाजू में नया टिश्यू बनाती है. मतलब अंदर के बाजू में टिश्यू और बाहर के बाजू में टिश्यू. तो क्या होगा? द डायमीटर ऑफ द स्टेम विल इंक्रीज, isn't it? The diameter of the stem will increase. So with this increased diameter, the secondary growth, that is called secondary growth, takes place in plant, and therefore the third type of meristem is a lateral meristem or cambium. It is present in the middle core of the stem or the root. Particularly, it is present only in gymnosperm and dicot. It is not present in the monocot. It is responsible for increase in the girth or diameter, okay, of the stem particularly, and it is called as secondary growth. It is responsible for the secondary growth of the plant. Okay, so meristem, on the basis of their position, there are mainly of three types. In some book, it is also mentioned that there are other three types of meristem present on the basis of their origin. It is called promeristem, primary meristem, and secondary meristem. Promeristem means the meristem which is present in the embryo. In the germinating seed, embryo is there in that embryo. Then from proembryo, primary embryo is developed, which is present at the tip of stem and the root, radicle and plumule. And from that, secondary meristem that we call lateral meristem or cambium is developed, which is responsible for secondary growth of the plant. But it is not mentioned in our book of NCERT of your standard, and therefore you need not to talk about just now. Okay. Then we will talk about permanent tissue. The meristematic tissue means ability, the tissues having ability to divide and redivide. Then what are they form? They cannot divide. They lack the ability of division, right? They lack the ability of division, and therefore it is called as permanent tissue. The cells where growth and differentiation is complete, it is called a permanent tissue. जो सेल में अभी पूरी ग्रोथ भी होगी और डिफ्रेंसिएशन भी हो गया और उसके वजह से अब वो टिश्यू बन गए जो अब एक विशेष तरह का कार्य करेंगे, उसको हम कहते हैं परमानेंट टिश्यू. द परमानेंट टिश्यूज ऑफ कोर्स आर प्रोड्यूस from the meristematic tissue by the process of cell division and cell differentiation. Don't forget, friend, this word. Cell differentiation means the process of formation of new tissues from the cells. Okay. This process of taking a permanent shape, size and function is called as differentiation. Cells of meristematic tissue differentiate to form different types of permanent tissues, and these permanent tissues are further classified as the simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissue. Now let me talk about the simple permanent tissue. What are the simple permanent tissue? The permanent tissue which are made up of only one kind of or similar kind of cells. तो सिंपल टिश्यू में सारे सेल एक जैसे होंगे, इसलिए उसको हम होमोजेनस टिश्यू कहते हैं. और उसके 3 टाइप्स हमको दिखना है. वो एक है पैरेन्काइमा, कोलेन्काइमा और स्क्लेरेन्काइमा. अभी आपके सामने जो मैं फिगर दिखा रहा हूँ वो पैरेन्काइमा है. आप देख सकते हैं कि ये जो सारे पैरेन्काइमा के सेल है स्पेरिकल है, आइसोडायमेट्रिक है. वो कॉम्पैक्टली अरेंज नहीं है, इसलिए उसके बीच में इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस है. आप देख रहे हैं कि उनके सेल वॉल है, पर वो पतले पतले सेल वॉल है. बाद में आप देख रहे हैं कि उसके अंदर बड़ा सा वैक्यूल है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट भी है और न्यूक्लियस भी है, मतलब दे आर लिविंग. सो पैरेन्काइमा इज ए टाइप ऑफ permanent tissue. It is a type of simple permanent tissue. It consists of a relatively unspecialized cell, okay, with the thin cell wall. They are living cell because sclerenchyma dead hai. They are usually loosely packed, having much more intercellular spaces in them, and they are found in these types of what we call the tissue. They are present everywhere in the plant body. So what is the function of this tissue? The tissue provides support to the plant. It also stores the food. Actually, when we say potato, that store the food. Where does actually the food is stored in potato? It is in parenchyma. The parenchyma of the stem and the root also store nutrients and water, and a few layer of cells form the basic packaged tissue. Suppose हम plant का कोई भी organ को ट्रांसफर सेक्शन देख के माइक्रोस्कोप में देखेंगे तो अलग अलग टिश्यू के बीच बीच में एक तरह का टिश्यू का काम, भरने का काम जो टिश्यू करता है वो पैरेन्काइमा होता है. सो पैरेन्काइमा इज सेड टू बी लिविंग टिश्यू. इट इज मेड अप ऑफ लूजली अरेंज्ड पैरेन्काइमेटस सेल्स. ऑल द सेल्स हैविंग बिग वैक्यूल, क्लोरोप्लास्ट होगा या नहीं होगा, लेकिन साइटोप्लाज्म, देन न्यूक्लियस. सो इट इज ए लिविंग टाइप ऑफ टिश्यू. अब ये पैरेन्काइमा के 2-3 टाइप्स हमें देखने. एक है क्लोरेन्काइमा. जब पैरेन्काइमा के अंदर क्लोरोफिल या क्लोरोप्लास्ट होंगे, क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट वाले क्लोरोप्लास्ट होंगे, तो उसे हम कहेंगे क्लोरेन्काइमा. और क्या होगा फंक्शन क्लोरेन्काइमा का? ऑफ कोर्स इट विल परफॉर्म फोटोसिंथेसिस. उसके बाद में एरेन्काइमा. आपको मालूम है देयर आर सर्टेन एक्वेटिक प्लांट लाइक लोटस और हाइड्रिला. वो पानी में तैरते रहते. वो पानी में क्यों तैरते रहते? बिकॉज इन एक्वेटिक प्लांट देयर आर प्रेजेंट लार्ज एयर कैविटीज. ओके, दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द पैरेन्काइमा. तो पैरेन्काइमा इस तरह से बना होता है. आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर ये पैरेन्काइमा और उसके बीच में बड़े बड़े एयर चेम्बर से आप देख सकते हैं. ये 3 अलग अलग हाइड्रोफिटिक प्लांट है. आप देख सकते हैं कि इसके अंदर बड़े बड़े एयर कैविटीज़ है और ऐसे एयर को स्टोर करने वाले पैरेन्काइमा को हम कहते हैं एरेन्काइमा, जो कि प्लांट को बायोन्सी मतलब तैरने में मदद करवाता है, तरंगने में मदद करता है. दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. इट गिव्स बायोन्सी, हेल्प टू बायोन्सी. देन यहाँ पर दूसरा टिश्यू है वो है कोलेन्काइमा. आप पेरेन्काइमा और कोलेन्काइमा का फर्क देखिए. ये लॉन्जिट्यूडनल सेक्शन है, आड़ा सेक्शन है, कि जो बीच वाली जो स्पेस है वो पूरी तरह से यहाँ भर चुकी है पेक्टिन से, लिग्निन से. आप देख रहे हैं कि ये सेल वॉल है, लेकिन उसके बीच में जो इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस है वो भर चुकी है, इसलिए कंपैरेटिवली जो सेल वॉल है वो ठीक है. सो कोलेन्काइमा इज ऑल्सो सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू. द सेल्स ऑफ दिस टिश्यू आर लिविंग, क्योंकि उसके अंदर न्यूक्लियस है मैच्योरिटी में. They are elongated and irregularly thickened in corners. कॉर्नर में वो मोटे हो गए क्योंकि उसके अंदर डिपोजिशन हुआ है. irregularly thickened. Okay, there is very little intercellular space and this tissue is present in the leaf stalks. जो पानों के पत्ते होते, लीफ के पत्ते होते, बिलो एपिडर्मिस ये होते हैं. और एक तरह की फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. Therefore, what is the function of this tissue? It gives the flexibility टू द प्लांट ऑर्गन। आपको मालूम है कि लीफ होता है वो फ्लिटर करता है, हवा के साथ में जोर से हिलता है। तो फ्लिटरिंग और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, इतनी जोर से हवा भी आई तो टूटता नहीं, तो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी देने का काम ये टिश्यू करता है। इट अलाउ ईजी बेंडिंग इन वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट। जैसे लीफ है, स्टेम है, वो टूट न जाए और बेंड हो जाए, इसलिए वो मदद करता है। इट ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड्स प्राइमरी मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट टू द प्लांट। और फिर उस प्लांट पार्ट को नहीं भी बोले तो प्रोटेक्ट, प्राइमरी मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ देने का काम ये कोलेनकाइमा करता है। कोलेनकाइमा के बाद में और एक इंटरेस्टिंग टिश्यू वो है स्क्लेरेनकाइमा। तो स्क्लेरेनकाइमा के बारे में पहला सेंटेंस क्या बताएंगे अपन कि स्क्लेरेनकाइमा इज परमानेंट सिंपल टिश्यू बट इट इज ए डेड टिश्यू। पहले दोनों जो टिश्यू थे वो डेड से लिविंग थे, पर ये टिश्यू डेड है। क्यों? आप देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर मैंने आपके सामने टिश्यू बताया, ये सारे सेल्स एक दूसरे से अरेंज है और उनके सेल वॉल पे बहुत मोटा लिग्निन का लेयर है। ये सिंगल सेल है, इसको कहते हैं फाइबर। आप देख रहे हैं कि फाइबर के अंदर, आप क्या देख रहे हैं फाइबर के अंदर, कि जो उसकी वॉल है ये बहुत मोटी है। ये दिस वॉल इज़ वेरी थिक एंड वेरी लेस। जो सफ़ेद कलर का बीच में दिख रहा है उसको ल्यूमेन कहेंगे हम। ये जो वॉल है उसके ऊपर लिग्निन नाम के पदार्थों का आवरण चढ़ा हुआ है। ओके, यहाँ पर भी आप देख सकते हैं कि इट इज़ अ सिंपल परमानेंट एंड डेड टिश्यू। द सेल्स ऑफ दिस टिश्यूज आर डेड, दे आर लॉन्ग, narrow as walls are thickened with the lignin. Lignin is chemical substance which acts as a cement and hardens the cells of the sclerenchyma, and therefore the sclerenchyma become very tougher. इस तरह का टफ ऐसा टिश्यू बन जाता है। Upon these walls are so thick that there is no internal space inside that we call lumen. उसका lumen बहुत कम हो चुका है, उसके अंदर का न्यूक्लियस निकल चुका है, साइटोप्लाज्म खत्म हो चुका है, इसलिए वो डेड हो गया। The tissue is present in the stem, around the vascular bundle, in the veins of the leaves, and in the hard covering of the seeds and nuts, and in the stem, जो plant को strength देने का काम करता है। What is the function of this tissue? It is the tissue which make the plant hard and stiff. आपने देखा होगा कि प्लांट का छोटा भी पतला भी ब्रांच हम तोड़ नहीं सकते क्योंकि उसके अंदर स्क्लेरेनकाइमेटस टिश्यू होता है। वैसे तो वो कोकोनट के हस्क में भी है और इट इज़ फॉर्मिंग ए स्क्लेरन। हमारी जो सुपारी है, नट है, उसके अंदर भी यही है। आप इस डायग्राम में देख सकते हैं कि देख सकते हैं कि आपका कितना मोटा वो हो गया है ना। ये फाइबर है, ये लंबे वाले फाइबर, और इसको कहते हैं स्क्लेरिड। स्क्लेरिड तो इस तरह के सेल है कि जिसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा थिकनिंग लिग्निन की हो चुकी है और बीच में बिल्कुल ही कम वॉल है। तो स्क्लेरिड से बने होते हैं कोकोनट के शेल, सुपारी के शेल, और बाकी प्लांट में होता है ये स्क्लेरेनकाइमा। सो स्क्लेरेनकाइमा इज अ डेड टिश्यू। इट प्रोवाइड मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ टू द प्लांट पार्ट। और ये वो तीन टिश्यूज़ है। पैरेनकाइमा लिविंग है, कोलेनकाइमा लिविंग है, स्क्लेरेनकाइमा लिविंग नहीं है। पैरेनकाइमा के सेल इरेगुलर शेप है, आइसोडायमेट्रिक स्फेरिकल है। ओके, ये इलॉन्गेटेड है, ये छोटे हैं। यहाँ पर इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस बड़े हैं, यहाँ पर बहुत कम है। वो इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस भर चुके हैं, यहाँ के इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस बिल्कुल ही भर चुके हैं लिग्निन द्वारा। ओके, इसका काम है स्टोरेज, इसका काम है मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, और इसका काम है हार्ड एंड स्टीप पार्ट को बनाना, स्ट्रेंथ देना। ओके, तो इस तरह से ये लॉन्जिट्यूडनल टीएस है, ट्रांसफर सेक्शन, और ये लंबी लॉन्जिट्यूडनल सेक्शंस है, वो हमें देखना है। तो ये स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ स्क्लेरिड जो है, स्क्लेरेनकाइमा के ही कुछ सेल्स है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा थिक हो जाते हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा टफ हो जाते हैं। ओके, तो इसी चर्चा के साथ आज हम यहाँ पर विराम करेंगे। अगले बार हम प्लांट के कॉम्प्लेक्स टिश्यू के बारे में बात करेंगे और उसके बाद में हम एनिमल टिश्यू के बारे में बात करेंगे। ओके, टिल देन I take your leave. Thank you very much for your support. Goodbye.